This is Undergroundopolis.
Hello, fiends! Man, it's been a good week. How about you? You guys had a good week? I've had a good week, man. I tell you, I am really excited tonight, because I'm going to have my first Australian guest, my very first one. I've been trying to get an Australian guest, and I guess I don't want to say Aussie. I don't know if that's offensive or not, but first, of course, we're going to talk just a little couple of local announcements. July 20th, in a couple of weeks here, Undergroundopolis presents the Ruckus at 21st in Germantown, 1481 South Shelby Street, Louisville, Kentucky, USA. I'm going to have to start saying USA more because my show is just getting kind of global. How cool is that? How cool is that for a dumb guy like me? So I'll be saying, yeah, this is in the USA. So yeah, July 20th, Fontainium and Midnight Lounge Crew. Now, a lot of you locally will know Midnight Lounge Crew because Michael Moody is the drummer of the band. Michael Moody has ran sound for a lot of you. A lot of you playing original music around Louisville, Kentucky. Michael Moody has probably ran your sound at one time or another. And he's got him a band now. And that's it. This is his band. So you definitely should go out and support him because he's done a lot for you, I promise. He's done a lot for me, and that's why I'm shouting him out, giving him props. He's a great guy, and I can't imagine him playing in a shitty band. So I'm sure it's a great band because I'm sure he wouldn't want to put out. I know him, So, and Fontainium from Elizabethtown, Kentucky. I haven't heard I have. I heard him on Fender's Den of Sin show. If you haven't seen Fender's Den of Sin, you should check that out on crossfire-radio.com on Twitch. Every Sunday evening around 6:00 they start, and I have seen them. They're kind of a heavy blues band. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why Midnight Lounge Crew was such a good fit for them. And again, I want to say something. Bandcanradio.com. I just want to give them a shout out because they're playing one of my songs. They're playing two of my songs. They're playing Hoosier and Wrong Hole, and they need to blow up. More people need to know about Bandcan, just like it sounds, bandcanradio.com. And so they did not ask me to do this. They're not paying me to advertise them or anything like that. I don't. Even Undergroundopolis presents the Ruckus. I make nothing on that. I give all the money to the bands that gets made that night. All I do is introduce them and set the show up and get the crowd there if I can. And I think this Thursday night, for Thursday night, I think it's going to be a good Thursday night. And July 20th, every third Thursday, Undergroundopolis has 21st in Germantown, 1481 South Shelby Street, Louisville, Kentucky. They're not paying me to say that either, by the way. They're just really cool to work with. They help me. I help them. And I've just got long-winded. I want to get my guest on here. I'm so excited. Boom. Tell us who you are, where you're from.
Hey, Rob, it's great to be here. I'm Paulie from the Crush Puppets here in Melbourne. And I just want to just say one little thing there. I live in Shelby Street, Melbourne. How crazy is that?
Right on, man.
That is crazy. The connectivity around this world is just phenomenal. And I love your show. I've watched a little bit of it now, and it's people like you that really help merging and all artists and music around the world. And thank you very much for having me on today, Rob.
No, it's awesome, man. It's awesome. I've reached out to a few Australian bands. I think a lot of people think I'm spam. And
yeah,
I don't blame them. I don't blame them because I'm real. As soon as I see somebody, hey, well, let's talk about music. I'm like, what do you want?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the world of music though. Like everyone's a bit scared about getting scammed, but I connected with you and your piece, and I reached out to you, and I really enjoy your show, and I can't thank you and what you do for music.
Man, thank you. So tell us about yourself. Tell us about yourself and your band. Now just let you have the floor for a second.
Well, the Crush Puppets. Well, I moved into building this project with a couple of special people in my life last year. We just write some crazy songs. We hit topics that are probably a bit confronting with people, but there's me. I play a little bit of guitar and bass. There's T-Pag, or Tommy Paganini, the Italian stallion. He's one of the vocal crew and the drumming tech on the band. And Jackson Charles, he's got all the swagger of the band. I'm on the spectrum. T-Pag's got bipolar, and Jackson Charles Staffberger syndrome. So we're
wow.
Sorry, I'm going to swear, and I apologize for the rest of this.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so fucking loose. But so intimidated and scared, but we're a lovable crew. But we just write about some pretty challenging topics that affect the whole community. And we just put it out there, including love and lust and hate and whatever.
Well, I tell you, you do touch on some sensitive topics like 13 Bullets.
Yeah.
Tell me about let's talk about 13. We're going to talk about a few of the songs I've picked out.
Yeah.
It is my show.
It is. And but 13 Bullets is a very powerful song. It's about it's one of the first songs we kind of put together in the studio together as a crew. It's about a serial killer in South Australia, Adelaide, who in the 80s went around murdering young males, part of a crew, and he got caught. It's a bigger story. He spent 35 years in prison, and I just felt like the story of the survivors and victims needed to be talked about as an artist, and put it out there that some of that stuff, we can't allow that shit to happen in our community, and we're going to make people accountable. And one of the things about the Crush Puppets is we're going to kick in doors and we're going to knock down walls, and we're going to offend people, but we're going to support people as well. And that's part of our motto. And Bevan von Einen's a bad man. He's an evil man. And we need to talk about shit like that. As well as we need to talk about the good that's in this world, the love and what the wider community give to. So, yeah, Bevan von Einen, good luck to him. He had his fun, but let him rot in fucking hell.
Well, yeah. See, I never heard of him. Like, no. I don't know what you get past USA. I don't know, but like I know quite a bit about like Jeffrey Dahmer, and, the Hillside Strangler and stuff.
Yeah, and he's in the same vein of them, and we don't want to give those people too much stuff in the world, but we want to just knock them down a little bit, and we want to talk about other positive things in the world of that the community bring from an artistic perspective. And I want to just say, I done a little listening to your show, and I listened to the Steve Ramone stuff, and I really love Steve Ramone now as a musician and an artist, and he turned me on. One of the great things he put me onto with his interview with you the other day was he talked about putting lines into songs and how to write songs. And he said, you put the word sun into a song and it blows out of proportion. So that just triggered my little autistic brain here about the elements. And I've been thinking about songs with sun in it or the elements, and I'm making a song list, thanks to Steve Ramone and you. And House of the Rising Sun, what a song. Walking on Sunshine, what a song. In the Summertime, Blowing in the Wind. These songs are great. And I'm going to spend the weekend putting a song list together of stuff like that. Wow. Steve Ramone. Brilliant. I love it.
Oh, I'm
going to write a song with the word sun in it now.
You should let him know. I'm serious. You should let him. He is super nice guy. Super this. He'll respond. I bet he'll respond to you. I guarantee. He's very friendly.
Yeah,
Good guy,
and his music rocks.
Mhm.
It's just it's it's a really cool interview and a really cool show I saw that you put on there. It was great.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're right.
So, yeah, the other song I liked a lot was "This Is Not a Love Song."
Oh
Pale,
yeah.
pale.
Oh my God. So yeah, okay. So I know you're in America and you probably don't know much about George Pell and the Catholic Church. So that's a great little rock. It's a rock and roll song, but George Pell, I like. It's another offensive person in the world that he died a few months ago. He was a Catholic priest here that went to prison. He was like third in charge to the Pope. We brought him back out here and charged him with some pretty bad stuff. He got out again on a misdemeanor, but he died. And George Pell was part of the Catholic institution, and he was. We're not putting the Catholic Church down or religion. We're putting down individuals that hide under those banners. Okay, and because we're all part of this big world. But he died, and the song, some of the lyrics in there about him, they're pretty relevant. And it's a rocking song. And I wanted to go to the funeral that they had there in Sydney, and I released that song on the day his funeral was on. And we wanted to go up there and busk out there, but there was so much controversy that they had police and private security guards. We couldn't get there. We couldn't play. We couldn't do a release because they were just shut the whole place down. But it's a great song. And I'm proud of that work, and I'm proud of the band for having the fortitude to stand up and knock down doors and kick in walls as well on that one. It was great. So thanks for listening to that. So I ripped off Johnny Lydon because I like to expose the Sex Pistols and rip them off as much as we all rip each other off. So this is not a love song. That's a public image line. So yeah.
Public Image. I had a Public Image T-shirt before I even knew who Public Image was.
Yeah, I know. Oh wow.
Back in the early 90s, I had a Public Image T-shirt. Had no idea. I just thought it was a cool looking shirt.
It was. It had PIL and the circle around it. It was. It was a great shirt. So, have you still got that shirt?
Oh God, no. That was literally 93 at the latest when I had that shirt. Sure.
Yeah,
and then cool. I wound up getting an older roommate who's like my guitarist's older brother. He and his wife were splitting up, and he needed a place to stay for a couple of months. And so he moved in, and he's like, "You like that band?" I was like, "I haven't heard them." And he pulls out their cassette, and it just says cassette on it, because it didn't realize it was Johnny Rotten,
Yeah, it's crazy, hey. Yeah.
Johnny Rotten rapping. I was like, well, this is pretty cool.
There. No, the bass player in that's really cool too. I liked the bass player in that band. So he really made the band. I wasn't too sure about Johnny, but the bass in that and the rhythm section were just solid. I try to find the positives in all bands. Yeah.
I keep picking out the bad, not the bad songs. They're good songs. I keep picking out the ones that are about bad things.
Yeah, I know. Maybe, yeah, I know. And they're not all about bad stuff. So there are other things. There are other great songs in there. But
yeah, they're
give me another one.
The damage is done.
Oh my God. That's a good song. Okay. The damage is done. That's about institutional stuff. Just growing up in school and how, there's a few bad things that happen in school when you're a young person. And I experienced it growing up in the UK. I'm Australian, but my parents dragged me over there for a wonderful experience. And not, things happen to not just me, but to everyone in school. When you're a teenager, you just act like a dick. And everyone acts like a dick, and the teachers couldn't handle it, and they behave like dicks. And in the UK, they did a bit of damage, but we all survived. And we're probably better people for it. You know what I mean? You probably did too. We're all dicks.
Yep.
we all grow up and we all move on, and we become great human beings. So the damage was done, but we evolved from it. So I hope you like the song. Don't worry about the lyrics. Yeah, cool. That's cool.
And you have a single coming out this month.
We do. And one of them's about a love song. I'm sorry to scare you. It's a failed love song. It's called No Tomorrow. And that's about, that's coming out in a couple of weeks. And that's about a couple that relationships are hard. And this isn't about me personally. It's observational stuff. Like I do as an artist. Couples that, they spend 10 years together and they love each other a lot. But when they have their blow-ups and their world wars, they get over it quickly. But they bring out their list and they go, 2 years ago, you said something to me. I found it offensive, and I go, put that fucking, I said, but 3 years ago, you said something, or you left the table a pigsty, you didn't pick it up. And we just have these lists of things that we pull out when we're cranky, when people piss us off. And then, the relationship, they break up and they get back together and they go in that whole cycle of, systemic abuse of each other, but they care for each other. And then one time the guy just says, there's no tomorrow. I'm done. We're done. I'm going to tell you now, this is the very last time I'm going to do this. There's no more tomorrow. That's it. But there's always a tomorrow, that they can't live without each other. They have to stay together just to survive as individuals. And that's no tomorrow. They want it to end, but they can't. They're stuck in this little loop. And it's probably good for them. Crazy. That's relationships. My observation.
What's the other one?
Well, this is an American song. This is I'm not here to offend anyone. It's an observational thing. It's called Trump. Okay. Trump. And yeah, I know. We Trump. Look, we don't understand Australia. We don't understand your political system. But it's on that. It's
neither do we.
It's on that telly every day, right? And Donald's been on our telly for years. He was on The Apprentice. He's in politics. He's on everything. He's the everywhere guy, and he's coming around again. But we just don't understand it. But we watch it, and it's like a reality show. Your political system to us, and over the years. I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend people. Okay. Well, actually, I do. I'm here to offend as many as I can. Said Johnny Lydon. But and it's a song about Donald and how we perceive him from our perspective, or from the show that he's putting on and politically. But in saying that, we don't understand your football, but we watch that as well.
Do you really?
Yeah, it's huge. We do. We love it. We watch it all the time. The big final here, the big whatever final between the two teams at the end of the year.
Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl. We love it. We stay up all night to watch that.
Are you serious?
We don't go to work the next day. We don't understand it, but we love the hits. We love the crashes. We love all the carnage. And it's the same with your political system. We love the carnage that you put on, and it's a great show. And we look forward to it. So, and I guess you guys are as well, because it's starting to ramp up now, and so is Donald. Donald's, he's starting to ramp it up big time. So, but so that's So yeah, I put a lot.
It's what he does.
It's incredible. How does he go around so often? So
he ran a better campaign the first time. The second time, not so much. He made a lot of enemies in office. He made a lot of enemies. Right right away. The problem that I shouldn't get too much into it, but I always say the problem with American politics is with American presidents is most of them can't get both sides to work together.
Yeah.
There are just a few in my lifetime. One was Reagan. One was Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton could get both sides to work together, and Trump got both sides to work together. He just got them all to work against him.
Yeah,
he pissed them all off, and they all worked against him.
Yeah,
but they all work together.
Well, I wish you all the best with whatever outcome it is. Because at the end of the day, you got to live with it.
Yeah,
But
most of it really doesn't affect people like me. It doesn't trickle down that far. I tell people, if you want to get involved in your local levels. Go volunteer somewhere. Go if you want to help. Go volunteer. Get to know your councilman, your alderman, and stuff like do something with that if you want to make a difference. That's how it goes upwards. Then you can do something that goes upwards instead of just everybody standing around bitching about Trump or bitching about Obama or bitching about Hillary Clinton or bitching.
That's 100%. I think ground level politics is the best way for change. Like you can help in your own community and have more impact than the big mass politics that goes on. So. And find ways to support community in a better way, be it, community assets or art or music or whatever thing you're trying to help get noticed to, So, yeah.
Well, I certainly hope I don't get it. I really don't care if I get any backlash. Hell, in a way, I really don't think I will. I don't discuss politics a whole lot, but that what I discuss is about what you just heard is about the extent and that. But like I didn't hate Trump as president. I didn't like him. He's just a jerk. But like far as a president goes, I didn't hate him as being a president. But there are definitely presidents I liked less, a lot less. Since I've been old enough to pay attention, there's been a lot of presidents I've liked a whole lot less. No, not a lot, but because there's only been 6 presidents since I've been paying attention. But
you're allowed to have an opinion, and you're allowed to piss people off, and you're allowed for people to agree with you. And that's what we forget sometimes, that we can have a voice, and we should have a voice, whether it's in art, music, and music has always been intertwined with opinions and politics. The Beatles, and just any number of bands, that are around the world, big bands, little bands, and we're allowed to have those voices. And if you suppress a voice, you're suppressing, you're just stomping down, the community, and we should allow it to thrive and bubble up and sort of come out of the old volcano whenever it does. Instead of blowing the hell off the top of it, allow people to talk and say and have an opinion and agree and disagree and have a conversation about stuff. That's the way I feel about it.
Oh yeah, I totally agree. Well.
That's heavy shit. That's really heavy shit. So,
it is.
Because music is the root, and music brings people together, and so does art. And without, and in where you live in Louisville, you've probably got a really great music scene. You've got great bourbon. You've got great beer festivals. You've got great music. You've got great music festivals.
Don't forget the horses.
You love the horses.
Don't forget the horses, man.
You do, and it's music and art and culture that bring people together, and that's really important for everyone on the macro and micro level of this world that we all live in. And that's what I like about things like your show, that it's a small community show that's global, man, and we got to celebrate the globality of our world together as humans, and talk about stuff that's relevant. So,
yeah. Got anything you want to add in before we wrap it up? You got a
Oh my
Bandcamp, a
God.
website?
Yeah, I do have a Bandcamp. I don't have a website. I'm not that tech savvy. I've got Spotify. The Crush Puppets are on Spotify. They're on Instagram. I can't do Facebook or Twitter with them. It's too much. I wish I had the time to navigate through all the different, social media things. But I have a bit. If you just pump in the Crush Puppets, we do talk about happy things, and we do. Our song "Alternative Function." It's really cool.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
I did listen to that one.
Yeah, and it's just a little alternative, eclectic, experimental song, and we're going to get gigs soon, but people are scared of us. They're scared to put us out there in case we're too confrontational, but we're not. We'll hug people before we fight people. But yeah, Bandcamp, it's always good to support artists at the coalface, and that's the best way. But if you can't afford that stuff, go on Spotify and just listen and reach out, And I do that the same too. I love reaching out to small bands and like yourself, and Steve Ramone. I'll be listening and connecting with them, and your show. In the future, I'll tell all my Aussie friends about your show now in Melbourne, and we're going to spread.
Thank you.
Spread the no worries, man. Because you support local music and now global local music, and that's really important. So you've been great, and what you bring to it is fabulous, more than what I bring to anything. So.
All right, there will be a link to the Bandcamp and the Spotify and everything in the description of this show. If you did like this show, you're watching on YouTube, or give it a thumbs up, or if you watch it on Spotify, give it a follow or subscribe or anything, or whatever it is on Spotify or whatever lame ass streaming service you use other than Bandcamp.
Yeah,
I didn't just say that.
It's all out there. SoundCloud, whatever. It's all out there. Wherever you get your music from, get it.
Yeah. Thank you for being my guest, man. My first Aussie. Can I say Aussie?
Oh, yeah, you can call us whatever you want. You can offend us. I want you to offend us, but no, Aussie's good, and you're my brother now from America or the USA, Louisville, and we all love you. So we're going to get to love you some more.
Well, I am your host, Rob Lyon. This is Undergroundopolis, and we are signing off.